Hi, it's Andy and welcome to wristadvisor.com. Today we have another very special review for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Breitling Avenger B01 Chronograph 44mm night mission. Before we get into the review, I want to thank the guys at Moyer Fine Jeweler for allowing us to get hands-on with this watch. I've had this for over 2 days now and I've spent a fair amount of time with it. And to be honest, really impressed. The reason why I chose this Avenger out of all the new Avengers, which I want to say I love the new Avenger lineup by Breitling, is I thought this one was just the best of the best. It has all the materials that make this a very rugged watch, great to wear. It's just, especially like the whole blackout, I absolutely love it. So before we get into talking about the features, the specs, giving you some close-up looks on the watch, I just want to give you some of my initial thoughts. When I put this watch on for the first time, there was an instant connection. And just to let you know, like I put on a fair amount of watches. Like I do a lot of this. And when I put this on, it honestly just felt different. It is a really good military-inspired watch. It feels durable, it feels rugged, it's got the look that goes with it, it has the size, but it's very lightweight because of the ceramic and titanium construction. Really amazing watch. It's something that, you put on and you just don't want to take it off. Like it's gonna be really hard to return this one back to Moyer here in a couple of days after the review. But all right, so let's go ahead, let's take a look at some of the specs, some of the features of it, so you guys can learn more about what this watch is, hopefully get you excited about it, and something that you might want to be able to see in person. Okay, so the specs for this watch, we have a 44mm case diameter. We have a 15.2 thickness, which sounds like a lot, but when you wear this watch, and I'm going to give you a wrist shot on it, both those sizes don't look too big. So to give you guys an idea, I have a 7-inch wrist. This is what the 44mm diameter looks like. And then here is what the 15.2mm thickness looks like. So even though it is on the larger side, it actually works really well. To get more into the dimensions, we have a 53mm lug to lug, and then the distance between the lugs is 22mm. So you'll have a lot of different aftermarket strap options available for you. For the weight on this, we have 107.7 grams. So it's not the most lightweight watch that you can find, but for the size of it, it actually does really well. Case construction, we have a couple different materials used. So we have ceramic for the bezel, ceramic on the case. We have stainless steel. Actually, no, we have titanium on the back. And then we have titanium for the pushers. On the dial, and let me get this in focus here, we have carbon fiber. As you can see, it has a nice little design element to it that looks really good. The bezel, it's unidirection and it spins incredibly nice. So I would compare this to a Rolex Submariner as far as the bezel action is. I personally own a sub. I own the newer version of the Kermit, the ceramic, and this bezel is absolutely on par with the Rolex. For the crown, it's a screw down crown. It has 2 gaskets, and the crystal on this is sapphire. It's glare proof on both sides, and in different lighting conditions, sometimes you actually see like a little purple right on the edges right here. You're not seeing it on the camera, and I don't know if you're going to. I'm gonna try to see if you can, but in person you can get a glimpse of it. It looks really nice. I love it. Breitling does really well with their crystals, the sapphires, the angles, the domes. I mean, every watch that they have, you can tell that there's a lot of thought put into the execution of that. To get into the movement, we have a B01 chronograph. This is measuring up to 1/4 of a second, 30 minutes, and 12 hours. For the complication, we have the date at the 6 o'clock. We also have a 70-hour power reserve on this watch. So it is really hefty. This is the same movement that's in the Navitimer. It's the same movement that's in the chronograph. But for each of them, they're a little different. You know, I'm going to do a separate video on this, but right here I have the Navitimer, and let me get the chronomat for you guys. On each one of these watches, the finishing of the movement is actually a little bit different. So as you can see, this one has a rotor that has some weight taken out, but there's really not a lot of finishing on this B01. On the Navitimer, you have the most finishing out of the three. But when you get to the chronomat, the rotor is not, it's not really decorated, it's not designed, it's not stamped out. So I don't know why the B01 is different for each Breitling. I am going to be doing a review on this chronomat here really soon. So if you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel and you'll be one of the first people to see the new review. Let me put the Breitling, the Navitimer up, get back to the night mission. So let's talk about the last part of the specs, and that is going to be the strap. This is a calfskin leather, so even though this does look like a very woven type water resistant strap, if you take a look at the inside, it's leather. I wouldn't recommend swimming in this, showering, or doing anything with water sports. So but there is a 22 millimeter lug distance between the two. So there's going to be a lot of aftermarket straps. I'm sure with this being a military inspired watch, there's going to be a lot of NATOs or other things you might want to be able to wear on it. So you'll definitely have some options. And then as far as the clasp, we have a folding buckle, really secure, really comfortable wear. All right, now let's talk about the features of the Breitling Avenger B01 Chronograph 44mm night mission. And when I talk features, I'm not just talking about the complication of the amazing B01 movement, which is absolutely amazing, super accurate. I love when it hits midnight, that date absolutely turns immediately. But it's more than just that. It's the case construction, the materials used, the military-inspired strap, the dial. I mean, the carbon fiber dial. The lume on this watch is absolutely amazing. I mean, everything on this, you can tell Breitling put so much thought into it. So I really want to get this under the camera again to give you guys a closer look at everything that makes this night mission an unbelievable watch. Okay, let's start talking about some of the features of this watch. So we spoke briefly about it when we were discussing the specs of this, but we have ceramic and titanium on this watch. This watch is going to be virtually scratch resistant and extremely durable between the ceramic case, ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal, and then titanium pushers. And then we have this beautiful calfskin, like outer woven strap. This thing is going to look pristine and brand new for a very, 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 very long time. We have a carbon fiber dial, which is not going to fade over time. This watch is going to look the same the day you bought it and the same 10 years later if you take good care of it. So let's talk about the chronograph. Let's give you an example of timing it. So if you push in the pusher, Breitling's really well known for chronographs, accuracy. You have to put a little bit of an effort to get this going, but that's what you need to have in luxury chronographs. Very easy to stop. You don't want to accidentally start these things. You want to be able to start it with purpose, stop it precisely, and then to reset. There you go. At your 9 o'clock subdial, you're going to have your running seconds, you're going to have your minutes and your hour counter. You're going to have up to 12 hours of chronograph function on this thing. On the bezel, I'll try to get this in shot for you guys. You are going to have raised on the bezel 15, 30, 45, and then your 60 is going to be your lume marker. But in between there, you're going to have in intervals of 5 etched into the bezel, so 5, 10, 20, 25. This is a really nice design feature of this watch, something that I actually really enjoy. What you guys are going to like the most, I feel like, is what the lume looks like on this. So let me turn off the lights. I'm going to power down the lighting on my computer. Turning off light 1, turning off light 2, and this is what it looks like in the dark. Absolutely amazing. I've seen some watches with some great lume. Breitling's executed this to perfection. It's absolutely one of the best features of this watch. You can't call it the night mission without giving it some great lume features, and they've done really well with this. So I'm gonna turn the lights back on. Give you some bezel action again. So overall, there's a lot of great features of this watch. It's not so much in the complication because it's just the chronograph, but it's everything that has gone into this watch. Whether it's, like I said, the movement, which is in-house, the super comfortable strap, the materials used for it, even all the way going down into the dial. This watch just screams military inspired. It screams, there's a huge movement around like blackout watches. This covers all those bases, and it's very functional. It's screams tool watch. It's something that absolutely has all the features of a luxury watch that's meant to be able to actually have a purpose. So A+ on the features of this watch. Breitling, again, has knocked it out of the house. And like I said earlier in the video, I chose this Avenger because I think that this is the best one out of the entire lineup. All right, everybody, I want to be able to close out this video by thanking you for joining us on this review. I want to thank the guys at Moyer Fine Jeweler for letting us get a hands-on with this night mission. If you can't tell throughout this whole video, I've absolutely fallen for this watch. Like I said at the start, there was an instant connection with it. It's something that I'm seriously going to consider adding to my collection here in the near future. So everyone watching, guys, girls, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more video reviews like this. So, and if there's anything that you guys want to see reviewed, I know that Moyer has Breitling, IWC, Omega, Tag Heuer. They have a huge pre-owned section. They've got Seikos, Grand Seiko. So put a comment in the video. Let me know what you want to see, and I can get hands-on with most anything within those brands and the collections within them. So thank you for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one.